Hi guys, welcome to the Midlanders Podcast. I'm Nic and this is
Jodie Marie.
Lovely to have you here. So we have not done a podcast for quite a few months now, hasn't it?
Yeah.
We've been very busy, been working together as you may have seen, so we haven't really thought about doing the podcast and we decided to do it in person instead.
Yeah,
so here we are.
Now we've been filming together, we thought it might be a nice idea to just start doing the podcast in person.
Yeah.
So we'll probably do them less often, like maybe once a month, because we have been working together and it's difficult to like fit in filming and a podcast. But yeah, we're going to try our best.
So what we can try and do is, see, when Jodie comes over and we do some role plays and things, we then probably finish off with a podcast. So we are both exhausted today, haven't we? We filmed about 4 videos, I think.
Yeah.
Went to get my ears pierced for the second time. And what happened, Jode?
That was a fail. They booked her in for eyelashes, party lashes as well.
Whatever that is. I'm guessing it's like strip lashes, and like you were like, Nick's never had any of that. I had to make a point of, we've had to rush finishing work to come here. And they just looked at me like, well, the person that's here that does it is not in. And I don't know why you've booked it in. And I was
it
like,
was a little bit awkward.
And then I was like, well, I don't want my lashes doing. So, that was very awkward. Then they wanted us to rebook. And we just said, yeah, we'll.
Well, Nic was like, I'll check my calendar, because I could tell she was hinting that she don't want to rebook. So yeah, like
it's just rude, unprofessional, and I've checked my messages and everything, and it literally is my ears. So we just decided to
leave it,
and
we'll try and book a tattoo
place, I think, and get them done.
Yeah.
So this is my ear piercing that I had a while ago, and I'm going to get my second hole redone, but we're going to look at
but she gets nervous, you see, so she wanted me there when she has it done, so I said we'll book it in for November and then I'll come.
So I'll get my second one, and while I'm there I might get him to re-pierce this one.
Oh, look at her, so brave.
So yeah, that was today, eventful, wasn't it?
Yes, it has been.
And if you hear purring, it is my cat. He sat here and we couldn't get him out, I'm afraid.
Little Oscar.
Aren't you? Yeah. So, I'm going to hand over to you, Jo. What would you like to talk about?
Okay, so, I want opinions, really, because I don't know whether I'm just being a bitch here, or, like, if I've got a point or if I haven't. So, where do I even start? So I'll tell you the situation first, like how we met and whatever. Not me and Nic, someone else. And then I'll tell you what's recently happened. Okay, so a few years ago, actually 10 years ago, I was 20 when I met him, probably. So,
okay, so there was a guy that you knew and you were seeing, is that right? Okay, so that's the situation.
Yeah, so I was in my 20s. And we'd all started hanging about in this new group. I met them through a friend, so I was like the new girl in there. She knew everyone. I didn't. I was getting to know everyone. Anyway, I met this lad as part of the group. We were talking, texting, and we were getting friendly and stuff. And then, we were. We weren't serious, obviously. It was just like we just started meeting. We started talking. We had interest in each other. Not too much, because I was like in my 20s, I was enjoying myself anyway. I weren't that interested.
Any sexual relations?
No. We only kissed. So like it never even got that far, that's what I mean.
Oh, so that's very early then.
Yeah. But anyway, so this girl comes back from another country and his friends are all coming to tell me the week before, oh, she's coming back, and he was obsessed with her and whatever. So I was like, okay, they're probably warning me because they don't know what I'm like on a drunk night out. I could have, like, started trouble or whatever. So they was warning me, and I was like, no, it's fine, like, if it's the love of his life and he's only going to see her once, of course he's going to be a little bit happy that she's coming back. It didn't bother me at all. But on the night, so I was out with them all, and he knew I was coming and whatever, he never spoke to me once while she was there. Not once.
Rude.
Yeah, so obviously me and my friend, like, we tagged back while the group was going forward. We were on the way to a pub or something, and she was like, oh, it's a little bit rude how he's just acting like that now after he's been like, you've been quite close all this time. And I was like, yeah, it's fine, she's back and it's probably the last time he's going to see her, so he's obviously excited and whatever. I was just enjoying myself, having drinks, never really thought too much of it. She was cool with me, we had a chat and that, like, it wore nothing.
Nothing dodged.
Yeah,
There weren't no hard feelings.
Nah, not at all. Just accepted it for what it was. Years go by, we don't, like, after that kiss, it just fizzles out, sort of thing. And after that day, it just fizzles out. Then...
And obviously you've met
Nathan,
got married and all that jazz in between.
Yeah. So, like, a few years later, so I'm in my 30s now, so it was probably like last year or the year before, he messages me and he's talking about his mental health and stuff and how he's been down and whatever.
I'm guessing he knows then that you do YouTube and that.
So he knows, I'm doing YouTube and stuff.
How did he know about that? Do you know? Did you just
through my Facebook, I'm guessing.
Right, okay.
When I first started, I would put it on there.
Right, yeah.
So yeah, he messages me, asks how I'm doing and whatever. And then he says something along the lines of, it's not a quote, but something along the lines of, his therapist advised him to apologise people he may have wronged. It might make him feel better. So he apologised to me about how he treated me.
Okay, yeah.
Fair enough. But now I'm thinking about that as well. I'm thinking, well, if someone's got to tell you to apologise to make you feel better, that's also rude.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
Yeah.
Thinking about it now, and he's only made me think about it because of the situation I'm in.
Yeah.
So, months go by, and he starts commenting, like, very flirty things on my story. Now,
so back to your pictures on Instagram.
Yeah. So on my pictures on Instagram, he starts messaging me like fire emojis, which is fine. I'm used to that. But then he messages me something like, "Your face looks like it wants something more," and I put Christ with a laughy face just to brush it off. But then I realised, because he wrote again, "Your clothes would look better on my bedroom floor."
Persistent.
I accept it from, like, people I don't know, like, and in my comments and whatever, you're trying to be funny, I get it, like, from people that you don't know in your comments publicly, fine, it's one of them things that you deal with as a creator, but to be in my DMs, someone I know,
yeah, it's weird.
It's weird to me, it's creepy. I don't know whether you lot think I'm just being dramatic, but to me, that's, like, weird. So, anyway, I ignore that. Anyway, I ignore that because I think at this point, if I'm sending laughing faces and stuff, he's going to think that I'm into it.
So
like,
you're engaging.
I'm engaging. Like, I'm okay with it. I'm not so like, I don't answer. Then I do my Medusa role play, and like everybody was writing, "Oh yeah, I'm rock hard" or something. He wrote something similar. To me, it was like, I can't remember the exact words, and I'm not going to read it quote for quote, I don't think it's fair, but it did say something like, "Yeah, you're making me rock hard." No.
Sorry. Why do you need to know that?
Yeah, like, again, I know it's silly humour, but I think this is like stuff that only men find funny. I know you've laughed just, but I think you're laughing because of how crazy of the comment is.
I feel like... I laugh because...
It's not you as well.
Yeah, and the reason why I kind of laugh at it, I'd laugh at it and roll my eyes at it, because I just think,
yeah,
why do people do that? Like, I just... Especially when they know that you're taken and that you're married or whatever, like... I just don't get it. It's like, anyway, like, why do people do it? It's like when people send you pictures of themselves. I'm just like, why do I care? Why do I want to see that? Like, I don't get anything out of seeing that picture, so just don't send it, you know. And it's the same, I think, with like words like that. You personally, you don't want to see comments like that because you're not single. You're not ready to mingle, are you? You're not.
Yeah, this is my point. Right, so... Yeah, that's what I mean. So, yeah, I'll read it in my comments. I don't engage with it. Like, anything that I'm not comfortable with, I don't engage with. Like, it's up to you if you want to write it. You're probably writing it for other people. You're definitely not writing it for me because I'm not interested. But then when they know me and they're sending it in my DMs, it just makes it more creepy. Is it just me? So, like, because I'd ignored the one and he still kept doing it, I thought, I'm going to be honest with him. So I wrote to him and I said, "Look, only other men find this funny. Like, I expect it from strangers online, but I don't expect it from someone I know." And this is out. I want to share this to a wider audience because this is how unaware of themselves men can be.
Yes, 100%.
Because he even said to me, "I wasn't aware of how it might make you feel." Yeah. It was just banter. he put it off as like I was the one that had the problem because it was just banter. That's not just banter. That is sexualised, flirty banter. Yeah. I am married. You know it, and you already rejected me once. What am I playing at?
Yeah. At the end of the day, the way I see, so this guy anyway, has got a bit of a nerve, considering he just like brushed you off, you know, like many years ago, and now all of a sudden he like. I'm guessing he knows what you're doing and he's seeing you. Well, okay, maybe he does find you attractive and all that, which is, you know, compliment and all. But there's complimenting somebody and then being full on rude and
just creepy. I find
it's a bit too much, isn't it? It's if you were single, maybe it wouldn't be too bad. Yeah. But this guy knows that she's married, so that's just overstepping, in my opinion.
Yeah. I think it wouldn't be so bad
if it was just some stranger.
But in my DMs, I still find it creepy. If you put it in my comments, whatever, because the world can see it, that's on you, not me. But like, yeah, to be in my DMs saying that, I just find it weird. I really do. And I don't like the way you put it off. It was just banter. That's not banter.
But then I'm wondering.
And lads, if you're doing that to girls, that.
It's off-putting.
Yeah, it is off-putting. It's not attractive, man.
I think whatever age you are. I don't think there's going to be one person, girl anyway, that says that they like that.
No.
I've not heard of anyone says that they like men bombarding them, sending dick pics and stuff like that into the DMs. I don't see any girl, unless you've asked for it.
And your clothes will look better on my bedroom floor. I'm a married woman. Do you know what I mean? Why am you saying that to me? And you know that I am. You know.
So I'm saying, if you were single and he said that, it wouldn't be so much of a...
Yeah, if we were flirting.
If you were a flirty thing. And I'm wondering if he said it's just banter, though, because he felt an idiot because you shut him down.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe he was hoping that you'd still have a thing for him and you'd like... Because let's be honest, right? Most people don't respect people being in a relationship, do they? And this is why so many people cheat, split up, and God knows what. And he was probably trying his luck. And I bet if you turn around something like, yeah, I bet you, or like something like that, it'd be engaging in, and it would literally, I reckon, it would go bum, bum, bum like that.
Yeah.
But then if something was like, oh, you changed your mind, you just throw her, oh, I was only joking.
That's the thing. It's not like I can add to any of that conversation, because if I do, then I'm the one in the wrong because I'm the one married.
Yeah.
But then also, so I can't laugh because I'm encouraging it. I can't not reply because then I'm being rude. And then if I'm telling him that there's a problem here, if I'm setting a boundary, then I'm the one with the problem because I'm not accepting his banter.
Because that's typical man. No offence, because you're not all like that.
We know.
But there is a lot, like growing up and going out, so I've had a lot of that kind of thing, and it's the way they always turn it round and blame it onto you, that you're the one with the issue.
So if anyone that follows me on Twitter and wondered why I was like writing that, because I did write about it on Twitter, like that's only that's male humour. All the men find that funny, not women. And I suppose if you are single, you might find it a little bit flirty. But it's something that I think even if you're single, you'd think, oh, it's a bit of an ick. Like, to me, I don't know whether it's just me.
I mean, obviously,
maybe because I've been married for so long now.
And I think everyone's different and what they like and what they don't like. Yeah. But I think any time I've had any comments like that over the time, when I was single and stuff, I've always gone...
Same, it's an eye roll. That's what I was saying on Twitter.
Like, all the time. Like, oh, God. It's always...
Yeah.
Just like... Or you're having, like, chatty, or you've been a bit flirty, and then they take it too far. And then I'm just like, whoa.
Like, if you want a conversation with me, you ain't got to flirt with me. Have a conversation with me. Like, I'm more than just... pretty face. Like, you know, if you want to talk about your mental health, I will talk about it to you. And he knew that because I did have a conversation with him, a proper good one.
Yeah, but then
he's just switched it to that.
I sit there and think now, was he, no disrespect to you, but I feel like, was he just using that as a way to get him to talk to you? Like, did he really have issues? Or did he feel he was being honest, he has got issues, and then he felt that comfortable with you that he thought, you're interested because
I'm just giving him a conversation.
Giving him attention.
That's what I mean. How can I talk to a man without him
having
thinking?
The wrong idea?
Yeah, I need some male advice on this one, and female advice if I'm like being too arsey. Oh my God, he's rolled. Oh, no, he's moved. Oh, the baby.
You should have seen him. He's like this on his back. Hello, beautiful.
We loves him.
Let's bring him up. Let's say hello.
We loves Oscar. He's my paid actor. I loves him.
You may have seen
Can I
him
take
featured
him
in
home?
videos before.
Yes.
Oh God, I've got lipstick on him.
Oh no.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I know.
He's our
Oh, yeah,
star
I've got
guest, aren't you?
Oh, he's lovely.
So beautiful.
He's making me feel more relaxed now.
Mm.
But yeah, that's my story. I don't normally air my shit out online, to be honest. But I thought, you know what? I think the more we talk about it, the more aware men might become.
yeah,
because he clearly had no idea how that might make me feel. He never thought once. However, men expect me to think about their ego. Because if I was to outright reject him, he'd be like, I'm the bitch. Well, clearly, because he said it's just banter.
I've had reactions like that before. Yeah, and then they turn it round and make it out, or they'll go, "Well, you were leading me on," and that kind of manipulation bullshit, and like just it doesn't wash with me. Like I've been through all that, heard all that crap before, and I'm just like, if I was ever single, I wouldn't want to be single nowadays. Though things have changed so much, I just couldn't be doing with any of it. I'm just like, I'm so past that. But I feel like.
You know what though? My friend also had this is someone else's situation that she told me about in a car, when we was going somewhere, and she said that she was seeing a lad, and she was on holiday, and he was like, "Have you got bikini pics?" And she was like, instantly it turned me off him, because she was like, "I'm on holiday. Why the hell do I want to send you bikini pics? I'm enjoying myself. You can see me naked when I get back." Do you know what I mean?
I do. I think it's I think men seem to think that you like that.
Yeah.
In their head, they feel like if I send you a picture of my dick or whatever, you're going to love it. Do you know what I mean? And I'm just like, it's a massive big ick for me. Like, if I ask for it, can I see it? That's a bit different. But I don't, if I just had that sent to me, whatever age I was, I'd look at it and think, oh, fuck off.
Let me tell you a secret. I'll tell you something funny now. So when me and Nathan first started dating, a picture of a cock in a sock was a thing. And I asked Nathan to send me a picture of his cock in a sock. So we'll ask for it. If I want it, I'll ask for it.
I've never heard of it though, really. No, we're showing our age, can't we?
Did you not?
No.
Oh, it was a massive thing.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, Nathan, send me one.
Bloody weird, innit? No, but stuff like that, though, I mean, she asked for it then, which is fair enough, but I always find it a bit awkward, and when you're chatting to people as well, and you're just chatting, and then they all of a sudden turn it sexual, and it's just like, you've just killed it now for me. What people don't understand is, not all women, I suppose, but a lot of us like conversation. We don't just want to go bam, thank you, straight away. Do you know what I mean? It's and then when you're talking and stuff, and then all of a sudden they start to talk dirty to you, and then it's the amount of times I've had that, and I'm like, shut up. Do you know what I mean? And I was a bit of a right one when I was younger, with the lads and stuff. So I wasn't
innocent.
Yeah, it's not the fact that I didn't want stuff like that, because I was a right one, but I wanted it more on my terms.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And just that awkward kind of flirty sex talk, it's just not for me. I know some people might love it and get off on it, and that's fine. But I just find it a bit awkward. But especially what I find it worse is when you're getting to know that person.
Yeah.
And then you're chatting normally, and then all of a sudden, oh yeah, what you wearing, or can you send me a pic? Then straight away, I'm just a bit like...
It's always early on as well.
It is, and then straight away, they've just messed up the whole thing then.
Yeah.
And I feel like a lot of the time, that's where men go wrong with a lot of women on dates and stuff. And I feel like if they're just backed up a little bit, they might actually be a bit more successful.
Yeah.
I mean, it might work for you, and that's fair enough. Maybe you've had...
And maybe some women do like it, and men are going to be thinking, well, how do I know what you like, what you don't like? But that's where the conversations come in. Yeah. After you get to know each other a bit, not your third date, man.
Yeah. Some people have done it and I haven't even met them.
Yeah, my mum was on a Facebook dating site for a bit, and then someone messaged her.
Oh my God.
And my mum was like, no, I can't deal with it. I had to come off it.
Yeah. Like, there's a it's like the amount of times that I've chatted to people and that, and then before we've even met up, they start to try and sexualise things, and that's a big turn off for me instantly. Some women might love it and that, but to me, it just made me feel so uncomfortable.
But like, so yeah, like, I know men think that it's difficult now because of women, like we're sort of talking about our experiences a lot more, and it puts men off because they're like scared to even try it on with a girl now, just in case.
Yeah.
But the thing is, women have that problem as well. Like, we don't know what men are into. We just have to guess. So like, that's what makes love so special, because it's rare.
And that's where I think talking is a huge thing.
Yeah.
Like, getting to know somebody in conversation. You mean, some lads might look at this and go, whatever, we don't want to do that. But that's fine. You're probably not really going to settle down with anyone.
Yeah.
Or if you do, it's probably going to be a toxic relationship or whatever. Or, you might find someone who you bounce off with. I don't know. But I just feel like, I mean, maybe it's because I'm older now as well, so I see things differently.
Maybe that's what I keep thinking. Maybe it's because I'm older that I reacted like that. But I just... Also, don't brush it off. When I'm telling you I'm uncomfortable, don't just tell me it's banter. Say sorry and leave it as that. Like, you made me feel uncomfortable. I've made it known to you. Yeah,
don't just sit there basically and brush it off like your feelings aren't valid, because that's just a dickhead, in my opinion. Just is.
But it happens such a lot, I find. Like, women are the ones that have to, like, back up and apologise.
Yeah. And I know it happens a lot.
I ain't doing it. I don't want it.
I hear people talk like that, even if people are single and stuff, or if you just like, and I've been in situations before, even more recently actually, some person, I'm not going to say too much, because this person's sort of in the public eye as well, but he was starting to be a bit flirty with me. Do you know what I mean? And because, like, I mean, it's not bad looking and stuff like that, but, when we were just chatting, I was giving him a bit of advice about, like, like going into ASMR and different things like that. But then he started to be a little bit full on. Like, it changed very fast, going from just normal chit chat to about, like, it's like, do you think I'm good looking kind of thing, or you're like sexy and stuff like that. I mean, I'm great for the compliments, I really appreciate that. So I said, obviously I'm married, because, I'm being honest. But then he said something like, the things starting to go a bit more down the line of being sexualised, and I was just like,
they don't listen to
just don't listen, just kept on. And I'm just like, then I was just a bit, well, thanks and all, but whether I find you attractive or not it's irrelevant, because you don't need to know that.
Yeah.
I mean, you can tell if someone's good looking or not, don't you? If you think someone's not bad looking or whatever. But he was just trying to probe me too much to get out whether I found him attractive.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And I just found that too much of an ick then.
Yeah. Look, I'll tell you if I find you attractive.
Yeah, and if I was looking for something, whereas I think he tried to push a little bit, but then realised that he weren't getting anywhere with me.
Yeah.
And then I ended up posting, actually, a bit about my mental health, actually, and then all of a sudden never heard a peep out of him, really. And then all of a sudden, apparently, he's starting to working things out with his girlfriend.
Oh.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, some of his content's funny. I mean, he seems like a decent, like, misunderstood, I think, a little bit. Going through a little bit of stuff. But I think that just shows to me how men try to push their luck a lot.
Yeah.
Before I said I was married, that's a bit different.
Yeah.
That was on my part. I should have probably said straight away, I'm married. But why would I? Because I'm just having a conversation with you, trying to help you to go into ASMR. Like...
We don't instantly think you're trying it on with us straight away.
Yeah, we don't. Is that my age? Is it because I'm a woman? I don't know. But to me, if he's chatting, because he used to apparently do some ASMR, but he wanted to get back into it and that, and I was trying to give him some advice. I'm not the best to give advice, because obviously, my growth's not huge. But helping someone start out, I was all for giving them advice, even though I'm very reluctant to give people advice nowadays, because I find they just use you and spit you out. But, I'll give them a bit of constructive, advice and stuff. And that was it. But then that was it in my opinion then. We're just going to be sort of like friendly or like, you know, maybe just chat here and there. But then he had to try and twist it and turn it then. And then I was just like, why'd you just have to ruin it?
Yeah.
Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see if this chap that was in my DMs will even talk to me again now, even though we've had conversations in the past. But now I've told him, like, I don't want the flirting. Will he even try and bother talking to me?
Not.
But then would I feel comfortable talking to him at this point? Because...
But it's one of those things, though. He's either won't or he'll be still really persistent.
Yeah.
Because I've had that, like, before with certain people.
It's disappointing.
That they still, even though they know you're married and this, that and the other, they still try and be flirty with you. But it makes me feel a bit uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
That's how I felt. That's why I thought I'm going to have to just shut it down. And I know a lot of people don't shut it down. They just keep ignoring it. But I needed to, because I feel like men need it. Like, you need to tell them, because they don't get it. Otherwise, they think you'll just accept it. And I'm not like that. I don't want to accept it. Like, I'll tell you how it is. If you want to put it on me, you can. But it is on you. You messaging me, like...
I mean, don't get me wrong, I love compliments and stuff like that. That's fine if you want to say, you know, oh, you're so beautiful and, you know, I do find you really attractive. Okay, that's nice, thanks, but that's where it goes kind of thing.
And like I say, I can put up with the messages like that from strangers in my comments. Like, as a lad saying that to a woman, what response do you want from me? What do you expect from me? That's what I want to know. Because if you expect me to laugh... Why do you want me to laugh at it? Like, is it so you can continue doing it? Because now you know I'm comfortable with it. Because I feel like that first laugh made him think that it was okay to say the second one, which was, your clothes will look better on the bedroom floor. I ignored that, didn't get it, and then said another. So then I had to tell him how it is. Like, I don't know what you want from me, lads.
I mean, did we shut it down straight away?
Yeah.
But then we just look like...
But I'm going to look like a bitch.
Then we're going to look like the horrible ones then. Like,
I don't care anymore. I'm at that point. Like, you can take it as horrible. Like, you don't care about how you make me feel, clearly, because he was like, didn't think of me whatsoever. Why am I thinking how I come across to you?
Yeah.
Like,
we do, and we overthink a lot.
We do.
And we're thinking about it, and we shouldn't even be put in this position.
No.
Not when we are...
Maybe that's on us for overthinking, because I shouldn't care if I come across like that, because... If you're making me feel uncomfortable, I'll make you feel uncomfortable.
I think sometimes I try to be extra polite, you see.
I think I do as well.
But I mean, to be honest with you though, I don't really get a lot of comments like that, and I don't really get DMs like that and stuff. And to be honest, if I did see anything like that, I'd just ignore them.
Yeah, I ignore them. I expect it in my comments from strangers. I do. I'll ignore them still. Sometimes I'll laugh at some of them that are funny. You know, that they've done it quite clever. It's quite a funny thing to say, but I don't know, for that it just seemed weird to me.
Yeah.
Maybe I am just being dramatic.
No, I think it's...
It just felt weird to me.
I don't know, I think it's a bit like... I think he's got a bit of a nerve, really, considering he just brushed you off. Then all of a sudden, years later, it's like, oh no, let's try my luck with her. That's how it seems like to me.
And don't get me wrong, I did say, like, when he said he's sorry, I was like, you ain't got to apologise, because I don't care that much, do you know what I mean? I really do. I was just like, it's fine, it was years ago, I ain't bothered.
Yeah.
It was just one of them things. I met you at a pub and we was both single at the time. It was just...
Yeah.
Like, they end up in a relationship or anything, so it was something that bothered me. Yeah. But now, I'm like, thinking back, you've already rejected me once and you're saying shit like this to me now. Like... It's weird.
Yeah, it's a bit weird.
But it's nice to get that off my chest.
Yeah.
Because I always just wanted to know if I'm being the dickhead.
And have you been in any situations like that before where, you know, men do make you feel uncomfortable? Then you're always overthinking things then, thinking, well, if I say that, I'm going to come off as rude. If I say that... And, do you know what I mean? Then you start judging yourself. And I know people do think that because I've read so many things, people saying stuff like that. And I think...
Just remember, if you're thinking to yourself, do I come off as rude? Remember, did they think of you when they wrote that message? Because they didn't. They was only thinking of themselves.
Yeah.
So remember that when you're replying. Like, be as harsh as you wanna, because you ain't got to see him again, basically.
Yeah, you've got nothing to lose, have you?
Nothing to lose at all.
You know.
And if you're still into you when you've been RC, then, you know, you might be a keeper.
Yeah.
Not RC, being honest.
Yeah.
Because I was honest. I don't think I was arsey. I was honest. I just said I'm just being honest. Well, that's my rant over anyway.
Yeah, so that was an interesting topic. Let us know in the comments if you've experienced the same, or how does it make you feel? Are you the guy that does this, or are you the person that receives these? Let us know. It would be interesting to hear from some men, actually.
Yeah. What you expect to hear from us.
Yeah, why do you do that? What are you hoping to achieve? I think that's really good to ask.
Yeah. Because we're trying to learn. Like, we're trying to learn from you. The least you can do is listen to us and learn from us.
And I think it'd be interesting to know, like, what do you do? Is it a self-satisfaction thing? Is it your way of flirting and you just don't really know how else to be?
Yeah.
You know, do you just find it a laugh and that's it? Like, do you know what I mean? So, yeah, let us know, because that'll be interesting.
Yeah.
So, yeah, well, a lot's happened this year, isn't it? I can't remember when we last podcasted now.
No, it's been a few months, though.
Yeah.
Has it been a year?
No, I think we did some during the year, haven't we? Did a couple. I think we did 2 episodes, didn't we? So this is the 3rd episode. Sorry about the big gap. But, yeah, we just got so busy and stuff like that. And to be honest, I ran out of kind of topics to talk about, I think.
Yeah.
Like, if you got any ideas what you would like us to talk about, pop it in the comments below. You know, it could be anything like this or something else, and we can just, you know, chit-chat and stuff.
Yeah, and you know what? Because I think we'd only done it every couple of, like, weeks, I'd think of a topic in the week because something, like, mad would happen in my life, and then I'd completely forget about it by the time it came, because I'd forgot to write it down because it happened when I was out, and then you get overwhelmed while you're out and whatever, and you just forget. But what I'm going to also try and make a point of is everything that's, like, weird happens, any situations I come across, I'm just going to talk about my life. And I think you should do the same.
What we should do, yeah. Because I feel like as well that I really want this podcast to, like, take off. But I think I quite like this setup.
Yeah.
Like, you know, unless obviously times when we can't meet for whatever reason, then we just do it over there. But I quite like the fact setting it up like this. I don't know what you guys think.
It feels more personal as well. Like, I'm having a conversation with you. It's nice to have you in the same room as me.
You know.
I feel more comfortable. Yeah, I do. I quite like it.
And then we always have bloody technical difficulties, don't we, as well online. It's like, bloody hell, what next?
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, so much has happened this year, though. I mean, I went on holiday to Cornwall. Then I know there was all that big Jay Slater thing, if you remember, when Jay Slater died. Yeah, and I was like mad on that. I was like full on conspiracy nut. Still a bit of conspiracy nut about that, but you know. We've had
P. Diddy.
Oh yeah.
I know you love that stuff.
I do love a lot of conspiracies, and that's answered a lot of questions for me.
Yeah.
And then Liam Payne recently. Rest in peace.
Yeah.
I mean, he's only from Wolverhampton, so he's fairly local for us.
Yeah. That's mad, that is.
It just shows to me how much famous people get too involved with drugs and alcohol.
Yeah.
They have so much money, don't they? And we'll have to talk about celebrities and things like this, I think, in other episodes, and like addiction and things. I think
and
we've
how
got
much
the topic.
like how hard life must be to have to take drugs to just get through the day, man. Like how, like the press and whatever just hound them that much that they just can't live a normal life. But you know what though? What I found mad about Liam Payne thing, they were saying, a few people in the hotel were saying that he was acting a bit desperate, as if he was really wanting someone to recognise him. And like, because obviously he's not as famous anymore. He kind of like fell off a little bit. Not.
I think like he's got left behind a little bit.
It is, yeah. Like compared to like Harry Styles and Zayn, like they did really well. But like, yeah, he sort of kind of fell off that track a bit. So. He was like...
He was my favourite, I think, out of all of them, so I was a little bit gutted.
I like Zayn, I do. And I really like Harry's music. It's catchy, it gets me moving.
Yeah, he's quite catchy.
But I've got to be honest, I didn't hear any of Liam's newer stuff, and he was releasing, but you don't hear it in the charts.
No,
he never got
it's
there.
not pushed enough, and I don't think he had good management either.
No.
And obviously they dropped him, didn't they?
Well, my point was, like, it's mad that celebrities, like Liam that are trying to get out there, are really desperate for someone to recognise him, and then you've got other celebrities that are full on famous, and all they want to do is be left alone.
Yeah, it's bizarre, isn't it? Different. And, you know, I mean, he clearly was troubled and he had a lot of mental health issues because he had spoke out about it quite a lot of time, actually. Yeah, but I feel like a lot of time he was asking for help, but nobody give it him. And that's a shame, really, because he being so famous, I'm guessing it's hard for him to trust people.
Yeah.
But then I always think more about his family, or, you know, and then he had a girlfriend.
Anyone could just sell it to the paper. You could tell literally anyone, and they could still just think, I'll sell it to the paper for this much. Do you know what I mean? You know, and you don't know who you can trust at that point, do you?
I know he had all them drugs in his system, and apparently some of them linked to P. Diddy, I think. And there's been a lot of clips that are coming out where I've seen how they've reacted around when he's mentioned and stuff, and it makes me think, could he be a victim as well? And maybe that's why he's done drugs. I mean, look at Justin Bieber, him like grooming him and stuff. It's like absolutely.
I can't believe he commented on it though.
No, I think they're keeping quiet on purpose.
Yeah, I suppose they have to because the lawyers are telling them to.
And I'm waiting for this list to be released on who's meant to be on the list. I mean, yeah, I know it's like juicy gossip and I really like, you know, but these are people's lives that have been ruined because of these disgusting monsters.
Yeah.
You know, and you just don't know of how many other people were like affected by it. It's just...
Yeah.
This is a whole other thing for me,
celebrities can still be making money and they live their lives while the people that were victims, it's changed theirs forever. Like, they'll probably never be right again. They'll always have PTSD.
And look at Justin Bieber, like, he's been a wreck.
I know.
And got
and
addiction.
And he's famous as well, yeah.
And he was like, because I've noticed a lot of it is when you get famous young, because they can't handle it.
Yeah.
But he was obviously, I mean, did you see that video about P. Diddy when he was with Justin at 15? You've got to bear in mind a 15-year-old wants to be famous. He's impressionable. He's got this mega star in front of him, like, and then he's showing him all this attention, and then he's like, yeah, and he stick with me in a year, you'll have one of them, like this posh car. And he was like, oh yeah, his parents have given me parental rights for 48 hours.
I know.
You've just opened your mind. Like, that 48 hours must have been hell. And I think that changed him.
And even though he said it was like a teenage dream, no. It couldn't have been.
There's a lot more to that. And I'm wondering if we are going to get more.
And he said in the interview, he knows better to not talk about what me and Uncle Puff get up to. Didn't he, in that interview with someone? It's
disgusting, something, and I feel sorry for him, I really do. And then it makes me sit there and think, no wonder you've been troubled.
Yeah.
You've had all these issues, and it's so sad, but I just hope justice is served and everybody who was in on this gets punished one way or another, and I hope all the victims can come forward to start to heal.
Yeah.
I think.
Because a lot of people didn't they? Like, was it over 2,000, 3,000? But they've taken on 120 cases or something, and they're still working through them.
Yeah. Crazy. But apparently there is a list of all these big celebrities. Yeah. You go down the P. Diddy hole, you just get stuck because there's so much about it. But it's all obviously allegedly speculation, isn't it?
Yeah, just people talking online.
People talking
Little
online.
Ideas.
Some of it might be true, some of it, obviously, we just don't know yet.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to that list.
But I'm interested.
It'll take a few years, you reckon? 3 years, 4 years?
They said it should be out in a month.
Joking?
The list.
Wow.
The guy who spoke about it said, I've got a month and I'll release them.
Wow.
Apparently. So we're all sat here waiting.
Anyone else?
I know it sounds really weird, but
because these are people's lives, and it's entertainment for us, but not really.
But not really, because if they've done wrong, they should be outed.
Yeah.
But there's always a thing about Hollywood, isn't there? Like Hollywood's like satanic and all that kind of stuff. They all believe that you sell your soul, and then a lot of people are now linking that to P. Diddy and everything like that. And you just realistically, none of us know because we've not been in that. But so many times I've looked up to celebrities, and now I sit there and think, fucking hell, what did I? They're all fucking tapped. They're either all doing drugs, because the amount of people I hear about doing drugs, I'm thinking, bloody hell, I never knew you did drugs.
Well, I think, didn't Mel Gibson say that, like, there's a lot of paedophiles in Hollywood, and then, like, loads of people were saying that he was mentally ill and whatnot.
Yeah, that's what they do, they shove it off. Because apparently, like, I don't know about... A lot of things seem to... I don't know what it is.
And it clearly is, though. There is a lot of paedophiles, because look at how many in the BBC have been caught now.
It seems to be... a lot are in the music and media industry. I feel like a lot of higher people, like people always call them like the elites and like the Illuminati and stuff, and a part of that I think is true. And I feel like they're all in their little kind of cult thing, and I think a lot of people seem to be like paedophiles, and the way I mean that, I just feel like everyone's obsessed with kids.
Strange.
And I feel like they want to try and normalise it. And some of the things I've seen, like some brands have done ads that have made them sexualised with young children and stuff. And there's so many weird things that every Tom, Dick and Harry probably wouldn't notice. But if you've looked at it and you've actually looked into it, it's not normal.
And if you've got kids...
Yeah.
I think you see it more if you've got kids because you understand that they're so innocent and they don't know what they're doing. They're being put in those clothes.
Yeah, and like look at the clothes. Like somebody on TikTok, she was going around and looking, and all the children's clothes are really revealing. Like tummies out, shorts for like young children. Like, and this is why you get a lot of conspiracy people, and you might see them say, "Save our children." Is from the paedophiles. That's what it is, because there's a lot of people believe a lot of higher people are sex trafficking random people. They like kidnapping young children and then they're sex trafficking them around the world. That's what they think is actually going on. Whether that's linked to P Diddy, whether it's not, I feel like there's still some kind of upper power that's having a big control over the trafficking.
Yeah.
I think, and it's worrying really, and it's such a huge enterprise. And it's so well done.
Yeah.
That it just passes you by and you just don't realise what's going on.
And it's easy for them because they've got money. They just pay whoever.
It is, isn't it? If you've got money, it just shuts everyone up, and that's what happens.
Because I mean, imagine if you're skint, and then you
someone
catch
says,
someone.
Here's a million.
Keep
Keep it quiet.
You're like, well, what's it on me? I'll just keep it quiet.
Yeah.
No one's going to know I'm involved.
Yeah, but I don't know. I feel like I've always thought a while. Everyone goes on so much about Hollywood and how much it's like a bad place kind of thing, and like a darker
coming out more
evil,
in the last
and it's a darker side
few
of
years,
it.
for sure.
And I'm sitting there thinking, fucking hell, I wanted to be an actor. And now I'm like, I think I'd rather stick doing what I'm doing now.
Yeah.
I don't think everyone's like that though.
Obviously not. I don't think there's
There
just
can't
going to be some bad.
But there's got to be some genuine people that just don't get involved in this stuff.
Yeah.
And then there's like hand motions that people keep doing and stuff like that. And like there was people on that Liam Payne chat that I was watching, and it was David Williams and some woman, I don't know who the woman is, I recognise her but I don't know her name. And I was sat on the chair and like Liam, this was a few years ago, Liam started talking about P Diddy, that he shook his hand or something, then he froze or something, and P Diddy wouldn't let his hand go or something like this, which I found really weird. And then he dropped in Leonardo DiCaprio because he's meant to be on the list as well. He's apparently one of the most popular that was at the parties, apparently. So I don't know about that, but that's what he says. And then these were sitting nice and relaxed, right? And then as soon as he mentions P Diddy, their hands interlock like that and they move. It's like they're saying, I'm not in this conversation. It is bizarre, like seriously. And I know like the slightest thing, but it was the fact that P.D's mentioned she goes to touch his leg, but then all of a sudden it's like they're both sat right back like this. And to me, if you are looking at it, it looks fucking weird. It doesn't look normal.
Yeah.
But it's like but maybe it's they know what he's like, so they're a bit funny about it. Some people are saying it's because they all know what he's like, but they have to bow to him.
Yeah, they didn't want their name out there involved.
It's really weird. So I don't know. There's loads of people like they think like they were involved with Tupac, Aaliyah, whatever her name is, death, and I don't know. It sounds plausible, some of it, but it's just speculation.
Yeah.
It's
we'll soon find out, won't we?
And I think it
will come out.
Because I know it's a bit weird, but I love crime things. I love anything like that. So I find it quite juicy, interesting.
I'm a bit of a psycho like that.
Bit of a nutter, aren't we, really? But it's interesting, and I like to know the bit of psychology behind it, like what makes them be like that.
Yeah, that's what I like.
Why do they want to do that? What did it? Do you know what I mean? That's fascinating with me. But I do feel like there's going to be a lot of names come out.
Yeah, that we weren't expecting, as well as the ones that we are.
And we're really going to sit there and reevaluate things the way we looked at.
And I wonder, though, I know he said he's going to reveal names, but, like, are their lawyers still going to protect him? Because that's another thing. That, you know, they can pay their lawyer and say, look, we want our name off that list.
Yeah. So you just don't know, do you? There might be people on there that we never hear about.
He might refuse and say, look, I don't want your money, I'm going to let everyone know. But
depends how...
it depends if they're offered... You know, if you're offered 20 mil to just take the name off the list, why would you not?
Depends on their morals, I
It
suppose.
does.
Whether they really wanted to help people, or are they after the money. But it just reminds me, I was watching the Lincoln Lawyer series 3. I've just finished the season. I highly recommend that TV show if you've not seen it. But it's funny because he was in this show, he was like representing a client basically, and it was actually the DEA agent that was obviously the dodgy one. And then in the end, like the other one, it come out that he was being blackmailed by him. I'm going to say spoiler alert, but... So it found out that it'd come out that he was being blackmailed, and that makes me sit there and think, because he was like, he said like 10 years ago, I was like, marriage was falling apart, I had no money, I had a 9-year-old, I was doing like policing, but then he turned around and said, you know, to keep my name off the homicide list, this cop was like, I'll get you loads of money because I pay lots of money. And he took it because he was skinned and he wanted, so he ended up doing that. But then he said when he was in court that he wished he hadn't done that, because then he was basically his puppet then.
Oh man.
That's right. So, which, and the reason why I mention that is because I think that's what happens in life. You might take that money, but then you're working for them then.
Yeah.
And it's just not worth the risk, is it?
Nah.
But you know what I think, though? I sit and think, God, I hope this lawyer's got 24-hour protection.
I know, I was thinking that. I said the same. I said, that lawyer said that openly. Like, watch him get killed.
But then I think, like, why didn't these people, like this lawyer, just release the name?
If he gets killed now, we're all going to know that it's dodgy, so that they can't. It's too risky, because then we'll know that someone high up has done that. How about them, was it that boat that got destroyed? Yeah, there was a boat that got destroyed in Italy somewhere through a sea storm. And it had loads of famous people on. And they...
Do you mean a submarine?
Nah,
a boat?
Hang on. It was a boat.
I love a good conspiracy idea.
In Italy. Well, obviously...
A lot of the time, though, you say conspiracy, but a lot of the time it's just the truth, but people don't want to see it.
That one that sunk the yacht in Sicily. And that was a bit of a... How did you not know about this? Because this was a massive conspiracy. The president and his wife was meant to be on there, and they were called off it. But then a lot of famous people...
I think I heard about it. I think...
And, like, it's very unusual for this place in Italy to have those storms in the sea. So it was like... And then one of the people that was also involved was killed on a bike. How did you not know about this? I don't know it fully either. I was hoping that you would fill me in.
No, I think my husband mentioned things to me, but to be honest, it probably just went over my head. Because I can vaguely remember it, but that's the thing. There's a lot of things where with conspiracies, if you actually look at them, so many things are plausible and fit together.
Yeah.
Some things are over the top, but when you actually look at it, thinking, hang on a minute, actually, that could be, you know, and apparently, like, because people are saying that celebrities that have died were meant to be coming forward about the big pedo ring going through Hollywood, and they've all been murdered, but they've died. So you've had the basically, you know, Chester Bennington from Lincoln Park. Apparently, he was meant to be working on this documentary about leaking who the pedos are. And his friend was meant to be working on it as well. So basically, his friend died. I think it was like in the July or something like that. Then exactly a month later, but it was on his friend's birthday, he committed suicide. So they both committed suicide, apparently. Could have been murdered for all you know. And it's a bit odd. Then apparently Paul Walker was meant to be working on it, and he had that crash.
Yeah.
Apparently, I think him off Friends was meant to be in it as well, and different things like that. So you don't actually know, do you? But all these celebrities, and remember her who crashed in the car? She was meant to be talking about the paedophiles, and she apparently went crazy and like smacked into a building. Was Liam on that list?
The more I hear, the more you hear about the celebrity world, the more I start to believe the conspiracies around it, honestly. Because I feel like, who could you trust?
I don't trust any of them.
They tend to protect paedophiles. Like, you know that the newsreader?
Yes, him, yes.
He's not being sent down, is he?
No. Which is
like, they've protected him.
They do, because that's what people...
don't understand.
That's why a lot of people say the conspiracy theories, they always get shot down about it. But I think they just look at the bigger picture. I think they're open-minded, and I think but some of them look a bit too deep, I think. But some of them do have really good arguments, especially when they all go on about that all the higher people are all obsessed with kids, and they're all like big pedos.
Like I was asking my husband actually, I was saying, with that man, the BBC man, I forget his name, but did he...
Hugh Edwards, is it?
Yeah, did he only do it once and a long time ago, and that's why they've not pressed charges because he's learnt his lesson? Or is he still doing it? Because if he had some recent videos, photos, or had been involved with it recently, why hasn't he been sent
I think it
down?
was recent.
Then why have we let him off? Sorry, I don't get that.
Because the justice system there is stupid. Because they protect paedophiles.
It's mad.
Half the time, especially when you've got some status. So obviously, it seems to be all these rich, famous people or rich businessmen that seem to get protected. So people think that there's like a higher people above that are controlling the narrative a lot, and a lot of it I feel like is plausible.
It is now, like we're not like seeing all that. They let it out to us on the news and then openly let us know that they're not doing absolutely anything about it. It's wild to me.
Oh, you hear it's like a lot of people saying now, it's like they let bits out, and it's so obvious some of the stuff that they do, that it's in front of us, that it's too obvious, but you just ignore it.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people over the year have just brushed so much under the carpet, and it's just us normal people. That we're all oblivious to what's going on. And I think that's when the conspiracy theories come in and start analysing things a bit deeper. Then they get to, oh, you're crazy, put your tinfoil hat on. Yeah. Well, actually, no, they're probably just being nosy, looking into stuff and actually putting two and two together. But I don't know, we could talk about this all day, so I'm not going to waffle on about this, but...
Thank you so much for watching and catching up with us.
Yes, I hope you've enjoyed episode 3. Thank you guys. Please make sure you give us a follow. Well, hit the subscribe button. And don't forget to like this podcast. Make sure you share it with your friends and all that jazz, guys. Let's try and get out there to as many people as possible.
And let us know if you want us to talk about any specific topics. But
would you like us to divulge more into conspiracies?
She loves it.
So let us know what you want to see, guys. And we'll do our best to give it.
Yeah. See ya.
Bye.
Bye.